All right, let's get started here by talking to Todd Horwitz with Bubba Trading about the markets that are going on here today. Todd, we got a little bit of a pullback over here in the grain complex. Is this a surprise? Is this an opportunity? Is this a place to jump in here?
I think, John, it's an opportunity, and good morning. You know, corn is already back to flat the last I looked, and I think it looks like it wants to close higher on the day. Soybeans are basically giving back yesterday's gains. And wheat, wheat's very strong here. And little pullbacks have shown to be buying opportunities. So from my eyes today, it looks like we're still going higher. It looks like every time they pull back, you should look to be a buyer. That's the way that I'm playing these markets right now. You
were talking about the corn market. Let's take a closer look at those numbers and see just exactly where we're at. We are down a quarter. 384.5 on the March. You go out to that new crop December, we're still off a penny at $3.99, just under that $4 handle. Over in the soybean market, 2 3/4 cents lower for the January, but March is our next front month there. It is down 4.5, and that's where we're at on these March, May, July, and August contracts, down 4.5 pennies. 9.40 1/4 on that March contract. Then over in the wheat market, we'll start here in Chicago wheat, where July is down 2 1/4 at 5.54 3/4. July Kansas City wheat, which is the new crop there, down 5 1/4 at 4.87 1/4. And in the Minneapolis wheat market, that market has been trending lower as well. For Minneapolis wheat, we've been down, anywhere from about 1 to 4 cents across the board, and it was weaker last night on the overnight trade too. So Todd, just a level of weakness around here. I noticed earlier too that the crude oil had started to back off as well. By about 50 cents.
You know, John, I think, as I said, I think crude oil hit those highs from the Saudi Arabia drone bombings, and I think that's it. I don't think we're going to go much higher. I think that you've got a greater chance to go lower. Now, I have not exited my long position yet, but I do expect that we're going to start to head lower, and I wouldn't be surprised if that starts to accelerate, not today or tomorrow, but over the next few days. When this backwardation pattern and this fear pattern absolves itself, I think we will then see these markets start to sell off, because right now, 5 months from now, oil's $1.70 cheaper than it is today. So I think that's telling us that these markets are only being driven by fear today.
You know, you were talking about that fear, and the VIX index is one of those things that you regularly kind of reference a little bit. Where is it at today, or does it even really matter anymore?
Well, it does matter, but today it doesn't matter. It's basically flat. It's been on both sides of unchanged by very minimal amounts. The real key to watch when you're watching the VIX is when it's really exploding higher. That tells you there's going to be a lot of pressure in the equity markets, which would mean that money's coming out, which should go somewhere, which would be the grain markets. If it's really falling hard, it means that equities are much stronger. So that's what we've seen. We're seeing this VIX index near, record lows in history. So that is why we've had so much trouble really getting these grains going, because there hasn't been a reason to bring that new money over yet. But we're getting closer and closer to bringing that money over, and you can just see it in the price action, the way the grains have been trading.
Todd, we always enjoy our visit with you. Todd Horwitz, Bubba Trading. Hope you have a great rest of your day today. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a moment with more here on the Market Day Report. Stay with us.